I'm so happy to see such a large turnout for this very early event, and I'm sorry to take your time from the plenary opening, which is happening in parallel. Hopefully we can also adopt the agenda with the same kind of enthusiasm as I see in this room. And I also, before we get going, I do want to extend a special thanks to the EU gender team, which has been working so hard to put this together, and to Jennifer in particular. So what we'll do today, we'll just sort of, we're launching, as you can see, the gender statement for COP29, and we have a number of colleagues who are wanting to share their reflections on why we're doing this, and of course also the content of the statement itself. And so without further ado, I'd be happy to introduce our colleague from the European Commission, Mr. John Dusik, please.
Thank you very much, Matthias. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, esteemed delegates, we have come together here on the first day of COP29 to affirm our joint and unwavering commitment to pursuing a climate action agenda that places gender equality at the core. Climate change is impacting us all, but it doesn't impact us equally. Women and girls, particularly those on the front lines of in vulnerable communities, bear a disproportionate burden. They also come as a very powerful agents of change. By promoting gender equality within our climate initiatives, we can drive more effective, inclusive and sustainable solutions. Our pledge to build a new gender action plan and work program that are not only ambitious but also fully equipped to support the objectives of the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. At its heart, this means integrating gender-responsive and transformative policies across all aspects of climate negotiations. From the NDCs we are so busy working on to the critical issue of climate finance. We urge all parties here to join us in this endeavour, ensuring that gender considerations are not an afterthought but a foundational principle in every single one of our strategies and actions. COP28 revealed a stark reality. Only 36% of party delegates were women, and for heads and deputy heads of delegations, the figure was an even starker 27.5%. We can and we must do better. Gender balance in decision-making is essential for effective, inclusive international climate governance. Therefore, we call upon all parties to strive for balanced delegations and to nominate national gender and climate change focal points. Together, let us seize this moment to drive change by ensuring that gender equality remains a cross-cutting priority in our climate efforts. We are not only building resilience, we are creating a fairer, more inclusive world for generations to come.
Thank you so much, John. And our next speaker is Anna Lourman, Minister of State for Europe and Climate from Germany. Please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So happy to see so many people here today, women and men. And I think with being here today, we celebrate that there are so many women and girls that are really powerful agents of change in climate action. And this is what we need to recognize also at this year's COP, building on the Lima work program and the Gender Action Plan. We really have a unique opportunity now to also make this COP an important milestone for embedding gender equality at the core of COP. And therefore, I'm extremely happy about the initiative of the EU and its 27 member states to include gender mainstreaming in all negotiation rooms. And also, our aim is an ambitious work program and a gender action plan that strives for gender balance in all UNFCCC decision-making processes, and that really strengthens the role of women and girls in all their diversity as powerful agents of change, and to really strengthen their role in combating the climate crisis. Thank you to our international partners, especially ILAC, for your commitment and for pointing out the way for an ambitious outcome for gender equality and climate action here at COP. We invite all parties to join this pledge and reaffirm their commitment to gender equality here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And our next speaker will be Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Mexico to Azerbaijan, Victoria Romero. Please, Ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. I will join, Minister, your words, every one of it. And I'm also glad to be here and to see that not only women, because sometimes people tend to think that these issues are only for women, and they even tell us that you can do on your own and your stuff as if it's part of stockings to wear. But let me share a message from Mexico and what we think of these issues and the Lima program that you mentioned. As I said, it is an honor. Thank you very much to the organizers for thinking about Mexico and being here with you today and the launch of this important initiative. And we are a group of progressive countries hoping for an ambitious outcome for climate action this year in Baku. As we recognize that women are often at the front lines, managing resources, sustaining families, and caring for communities. Despite this, they remain underrepresented in climate decision-making processes. To address this, 10 years ago, we established the Lima Work Program on gender, and this year it will be key to have a follow-up on this effort. This initiative works to ensure gender-responsive climate action and enhance inclusive strategies, fostering equal participation and empowering women to lead in combating climate change. By integrating gender considerations into climate policies, we can create more effective and inclusive strategies that protect those most affected and bring fresh perspectives to the table. Women, young women, and girls are undeniable vital voices and legends of change for this planet and for the future of the present and the next generations. Women are the first to respond when it comes to managing the environmental wealth that surrounds them and hardly receive any recognition or opportunities for leadership. Climate action must be fundamentally feminist. It must promote the work of women living in rural areas who are generally the main providers of food, water, fuel, caregiving to their communities. Our actions must not only focus on vulnerability. We have to seek more spaces for women in decision-making, to provide an intersectional and feminist perspective to lead environmental justice. In this sense, Mexico believes that it would be a very bad sign to leave COP29 without a clear guide of steps to follow for the adoption of a new gender work program. And that is why we are committed and very happy to share this with you, our position. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. And moving then from Europe and the Americas to Africa, I am happy to invite Ignace Chua, the Director of Policy and Planning from Tanzania. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, all. We are glad to be here. Many greetings from United Republic of Tanzania. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the support provided in promoting gender equality in the country, but also the country has made significant progress in promoting gender equality and women empowerment. And we think this is a key for the government towards making sustainable development a reality. We have few areas which we need more consideration so as to make progress in the development of the country. One is we require more support in areas of blue economy, including preparation of marine spatial planning, also supporting the national capacity in gender responsive and climate adaptation, and also we need support in technical and financial support in domestication and implementation of the gender action plans. We also need support in women, youth, and other vulnerable groups to implement gender-responsive climate action in grassroots level with a special focus on the blue economy sectors. Also require more support on providing framework for Tanzania in coordination of the project supporting women and youth addressing climate change, impact, support use of clean cooking energy, and as well as blue economy sectors. With this, we thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And let's move then to Chile to hear from a representative from Gonzalo Guaquil, please.
Thank you for the invitation, and I'm really glad that everybody's here today, even though we have the agendas to be adopted and all those things. But this is quite important, at least from Chile. Let me start saying that the science is clear. In the R6 report, confirmed that women and girls and all their diversity are more affected by climate change. So that's true, that's a fact, and that's why we're here. Women also, and my colleague says before, are in the front line to protect the environment, and they lead the adaptation actions in territories around the world. That's why Chile, when we were the presidents in COP25, we worked really hard to approve the Enhanced Lima Work Program that was adopted in COP20. And in this COP, again, we have the opportunity to update an ambitious gender and climate change program. Since last year, Chile has a feminist foreign policy, reaffirming our continuous commitment to human rights and to equal participation of women from violence and discrimination. Basically, what we do is we mainstream intersectional gender approaches, reflecting, correcting, and affirmative criteria of equality in various actions of diplomacy, especially on climate change. For that, we think that COP29 has to have substantive programs in this matter, especially on gender and climate change, and the gender action plan has to be updated, leaving no one behind. Therefore, I invite all parties to work together in this ambitious gender and climate change program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gonzalo. And as our final speaker, we have the French climate ambassador, Kevin Magron, please.
Thank you, Matthias, and hello everyone. Very happy to be here. I didn't plan to make a speech at all, so I've got no talking points. I just came in solidarity, and because thank you for hosting us, Matthias and the Nordic Pavilion. I think it's a great issue, a very, very important issue. And when I hear people saying it's a finance COP, I don't think it should be a finance COP alone. It should be a finance and gender equality COP. We have a lot to do in this COP. On the working plans, and we have a lot to do to make this topic advancing much further and much faster within the EU, beyond the EU, and all together. So thank you very much again, and just here to support this great event. Thank you, Matthias.
Thank you so much, and that concludes our launch today. If there are no other colleagues wanting to take the floor, just scanning to see. I think that's it. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming. We'll finish off with a photo of the speakers up here on stage. And maybe, Jennifer, if you and the team would want to join us as well, I think that should be. So please, if the speakers would join us here. And then, of course, just to all of us here present, let's now make sure that the gender statement that we launched today is mainstreamed throughout the work of COP29. And as Kevin said, let's make sure this is not only a finance COP, but also a gender COP, and also delivering results across all agenda items to ensure that we can move into 2025 strongly empowered to ensure that we have gender mainstreamed NDCs as well to be presented ahead of COP30. So thanks again for joining us, and thanks to the Nordic Council of Ministers for hosting us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Super. Thanks so much for coming.